welcome to another episode of GTV. And today we have an interesting topic because it's such an interesting industry, and you'll know about it later. You'll hear about it from our guest speaker. And we also have such an inspiring entrepreneur who's our guest for today. And his name is Hero Go. Hi, Hero.
Hi, Mommy Ginger. How are you?
I'm good. I hope you're safe and well during itong mga weird times, no? Very interesting
Yeah.
times. So, okay, for our viewers, no, I got to read an article about Hero, and maybe Hero, I will leave the floor to you to introduce yourself and what your business is.
Right, sure. So hi everyone, I'm Hero Go. I'm 26 years old, and I'm from a local Chinese family here in Philippines. So I live with my parents and my grandparents, and also have two siblings with me. Well, I can say that I'm actually a lolo's boy. So when I was young, I wanted to really spend a lot of time with my lolo or my angkong using our local dialect. So I usually call him angkong. So we usually, just spend time together, and he would always accompany me and play with me and things like that. When I was young, I always wanted to start my own business. And the business that I wanted to get into is in the restaurant industry. So, yeah, when I graduated from college, I went and worked for the biggest restaurant company here in Asia. Kasi nga, my mind was focused on really setting up a restaurant business. But then, things changed. And here I am now. I've started Assure Diapers. So these are my products. These are for baby diapers, and these are for the adult diapers. So,
Wow, thank you so much, Hero. It's such a sweet story. Here in the Philippines, no, we're really close with our family, especially our lolos and lolas, because we're spoiled by them, no? So, Hero, maybe can you tell us a little bit more about why diapers? No, was this like a family business that was passed on from generation to generation? No, I know a few friends who have businesses like that. And because it seems like it's so far from the restaurant industry or the food industry that you plan to get into.
yeah. All right. Let me share with you how I started with Assure Diapers. So, of course, when I was young, of course, I couldn't remember my grandparents, my uncle, changing diapers for me. But then, through stories, my parents would always tell me na si uncle very masipag in terms of changing my diapers, making sure that I am very comfortable. Whenever I go, mapawisan or anything, di ba? He's always there for me. No, yun yung mga bata ko. So really, the care, the love, and the comfort is there. And then fast forward to a few years ago, when my uncle's health was actually deteriorating already, he needed to wear adult diapers. So during that time, parang it was really very hard for us to actually buy adult diapers. Kasi um, well, even for babies, no, parang when you actually like a product or a brand of adult diapers or baby diapers whatsoever, you actually stick with it already. Kasi yun yung okay dun sa susuot eh. So you always stick with that brand. Now the problem that we had before was yung brand that we're using is actually very limited in terms of supply. So there would be times na paubos na, but then we couldn't find any diapers that we can use. So parang umabot, had to pre-order from the supermarket and we had to wait around 2 weeks, 3 weeks a month so that we can buy diapers in bulk. So like boxes yung binibili namin dati na diapers. And so during that time then, parang I don't know if you've experienced it, no, pero when you change adult diapers kasi, it's not something very pleasant to do. Kasi, siyempre, nandun na yung mabaho, nandun na yung madumi siya. But then, if you're doing it for someone that you love, parang you won't mind, you won't even think about it eh. Parang, hindi mabaho to, ayoko itong gawin. Kasi mahal mo yung tao, gagawin mo na siyang ng pusa. And so, I think yun yung naging drive ko rin, no, in terms of bakit ko gustong gawin na I would change the diapers of my uncle. So syempre hindi lang naman ako yung nagpapalit. I have my parents, my siblings, no? And parang we wanted to show him, the same care, the same focus, attention, comfort, and love that he gave us, no? And those things that I've mentioned, those are priceless. So parang yun yung parang pinaka naging motivation ko in terms of why did I start the business. And yun nga, just like what I mentioned a while ago, parang we saw a opportunity in the diaper business. Kasi nga, with our experience, parang hirap na hirap kami maghanap ng adult diapers.
Mm-mm.
Started to actually do some research and saw nga na there's really a big potential in terms of the diaper industry here in the Philippines. So that's when we started Assure Diapers.
Oh my gosh, Hero, I'm getting goosebumps. As in, that is such a heartwarming story. And normally, no, I don't want to use the pain because I mean pain points, diba? That's where usually
Yeah.
business comes from, like addressing a pain point. But in your case, you
Yeah.
sort of phrased it in a way that it comes from love. It comes from the love that you
Of
wanted to
course.
give your angkong, no? So I love
Yeah.
it. I love the story. So let's go to the business side of things, Hero. Have seen obviously the baby diaper market, because I have my own daughter, and it's kind of
Yeah.
competitive. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at this point in time. Maybe you can shed light on that as well. And in terms of the adult diaper portion, right? You mentioned that there were not a lot of brands that you can or products that you can actually buy. So maybe can we sort of like dig deeper into that, no? Like how competition is in the market. What's your basically your unique selling proposition for both products?
All right. Well, for both baby and adult diapers, no, our main USP, no, or the unique selling proposition is really that we want to give that assurance of priceless comfort to all our users and to our buyers. Kasi magkaiba yun eh, magkaiba yung user and buyer natin. Eh. So, but we wanted to give that assurance to both the buyer and the user. Kasi nga, with our products, especially let me start with the adult diapers muna. No? The
Okay.
adult are actually cloth-like, no? Unlike the other diapers that we have here in the Philippines, no? Some of them kasi are plastic. Eh. So when it's used for prolonged hours, it becomes really very uncomfortable. So syempre you have to factor in pa na there's urine, there's other waste materials that goes into here. So it really makes the person really very uncomfortable. Tapos mainit pa. So our product is that it's cloth like this, it's breathable, it's cotton, and how do you call this? Uh, it's made from natural ingredients, eh. And wala masyado synthetic material. So in terms of your consideration for any rashes, for any complications that there may be, I don't think there would be with our products. And it's also for our baby product then. And for baby naman, I would say really na well, yung adult kasi namin, yun yung nauna. And then
Mm.
after the adult diapers, that's venture into baby diaper. So I would say na really the baby diaper industry here in the Philippines is actually very competitive already. Kasi you would have giants there, eh, diba? Like the likes of Pampers, Huggies, and EQ, you know. But then I think what separates our product from their product is that it's our products are really in terms of comfort, in terms of quality, we would give you something that is of premium quality, but then it won't really cost you a lot. So this is something that we are proud of for Assure Diapers.
Nice, nice. So, para cloth yung adult diaper. So, basically, it's just like wearing your underwear, no? Kasi parang
Yeah,
ganun yung feel nun, if ever. Okay, so at a very young age, no, Hero, at 26, like I'm assuming, and with this product, there are a lot of like demand, diba? There's a lot of demand for this product. So, what are the challenges that you've encountered along the way?
well, I think the biggest challenge for me was in terms of planning because well, I started from scratch. I started from nothing. And with that one, kasi parang it's very daunting, very intimidating to start anything, no? Any business from scratch talaga. So that's really the biggest problem for me. But what I did was to really take it one step at a time, uh, to really move 1 inch closer every day to achieving your goal. And that is not something that I did on my own. I'm very fortunate that I have a very supportive family. So my father's there, my mother's there, my siblings are there to help me, and they're all very supportive. And usually, nga before we would always have a family Sunday meeting, and we discuss when we strategize, parang we discuss who our target market is, how do we tackle the business, how do we start the business, which market do we start first, which product line do we start, and things like that. And I think another biggest well, not problem though, but challenges that we had to experience was, when there are some things that you're already set in mind na, yes, ito na yung gagawin ko, ito na yung gusto kong gawin. But then, there's also another aspect wherein you have to be open to suggestions, you have to be open to ideas of other people. And basically, you just really have to be a sponge, like in terms of absorbing everything and trying to collate everything and put it into one big picture. So that's something that also is quite a challenge for me. Kasi before, parang if I said something, gusto ko yun yung parang road plan. No? But then, with this kasi, syempre, this would involve a lot of money. And syempre, it's better to err on the side of caution and to listen to the different opinions of other people, some business leaders. Kasi, parang for me, there's no one person who monopolizes the knowledge and the experience. Eh. So you really have to listen to other people. And I think in terms of really putting things together, all the ideas, all the suggestions, that would make you tweak your plans a little bit. No? But yun nga, before, parang I would see it as a sign of weakness na parang hindi ka makapag-decide ng mabuti, hindi ka makapag-decide agad, parang papalit-palit ka. But then right now, my realization is that it's actually not a sign of weakness or feeble-mindedness, but rather it's a sign of humility and sensitivity to the ideas of other people, to adapt them to better serve the people, the market, and so that your business will grow as well.
Yeah, I totally agree, Hero. Now that you mentioned like having an open mind to different ideas, I'm now curious to know like what the dynamics is because you work with your family, right? So I'm sure a lot of people, kasi di ba tayo sa Pilipinas, mahilig tayo like we go into business with our family members, no? So I'm sure people are watching this also. How do you like manage that relationship, and how do you go about conducting business with your family?
Well, actually, in terms of handling the business, I would say na in terms of segmenting the work, most of the work kasi would fall under my shoulders eh. But then in terms of other areas wherein, for example, yung brother ko mas magaling in terms of marketing. So parang meron kaming kanya-kanyang department, so to speak. Department kasi parang walang naman kami. So kanya-kanyang toka actually, ganun siya. So, but then in terms of hearing each other out, ayun pa rin, meron pa rin avenue to hear each other out. But then in terms of who gets the final say, in terms of what strategy to do or what things to do, what things to implement, merong kanya-kanyang tao for that one. And I wouldn't say it's a consensus, but it's something na dapat pag-usapan as a family, especially this is a family business. Parang we started this with just our family members.
Sige. So, Hero, in terms of like Kasi a lot of people now are into e-commerce, diba? So
Yeah.
selling goods and services online. Um, if you wanna distribute a product like this with high demand, and basically you have a lot of people, no, I wouldn't say like the mass market, but quite a huge market to tap. How ano yung mga first steps, no? Like how what are the things, sorry, not first steps, but what are the things that they need to consider so that they can move products quickly or sell or get revenues and sell products like this quickly?
All right. Well, actually, the first thing that you have to do is to actually do some research and find a product that will help you make your business a success. So, syempre, una-una, you have to really believe in the product that you're selling. And yun nga, parang it's always good to hear opinions from other people. Kasi like what I said a while ago, there's no one who monopolizes all the knowledge and the experiences in the world. And siguro, it would also help na you provide a long-term plan for what you want to happen. Like for us, what we did was to create a 5-year plan, and then from that 5-year plan, we try to segment it into more bite-sized action plans, so that parang you know na ano ba yung things that you have to do for this time being, and that you know na whatever you're doing, you're inching towards that goal. Parang ganun.
Nice. Alam mo, yun nga eh. So I think no, marami talagang e-commerce, yung mga nagbebenta ng goods and services online who will learn a lot from this episode. And siguro, itong pandemic hero, for my probably second to the last question, what are the changes that you've seen in the market? You've talked about researching, you've talked about looking at the customer's behavior, no, in terms of like creating, improving the product. So in your case, have you seen like a lot of changes or not necessarily, you know, for this type of industry in before and after this? Wala, hindi pa pala after, but before and now that we're in this new thing, no?
Well, actually, I wouldn't say I've observed a lot of changes. No? Kasi we actually started this ano lang a few months ago. So
Oh,
we started the pandemic. And I would say, based from my experience no, as a consumer before and now as a seller of these items, probably mas less on retail right now, but more on e-commerce talaga. So you would see on different online platforms such as Shopee, Lazada, ganyan. People would always prefer na no, to actually buy online versus going to retail. And that's actually something that we also had to consider right now. Na parang, do we focus first on e-commerce platforms, or do we now try to spread our product availability to the other retail areas? So yun, but what we found out nga na talaga is mas e-commerce na ngayon eh. Parang people are really shifting towards e-commerce already.
okay. Thank you so much, Hero. So maybe for my last question, what are the tips or the things that you would advise young entrepreneurs like yourself at this point in time who want to start a business who are actually in a business?
Right. Well, I would say that life is not a zero-sum game. Others don't have to lose so that you have to win. So dapat it's always a win-win solution for everybody. Being successful should never be at the expense of other people. It's something that I strongly believe in. And with that, parang I always wanted na you have to bring out the best in other people. So you bring out the best in me, I bring out the best in you, so that everyone progresses and moves forward. And siguro, one last thing that I wanted to share is to never stop dreaming. And siguro, we should also not stop there, no, na hanggang dream lang tayo. We have to also execute. We don't have to, parang, parang kasi siyempre, libre lang mangarap. Totoo naman, libre lang mangarap, pero walang mangyayari sa pangarap mo kung it stays as a dream. So you have to make sure that you inch towards that dream. And I'll do it step by step. Kahit ang taas-taas na pangarap mo, basta you have to make sure that you know what you're doing and you're inching towards that dream. And that's okay. Kasi there's no shortcuts really to success. Eh. Wala namang overnight success. And make sure na every time that you inch forward, you count your blessings.
Oh, very well said, Hero. That's so nice to hear. No, what I've noticed, sorry, excuse me. What I've noticed, no, about like a lot of the successful entrepreneurs that I've interviewed here is that they have that sense of abundance, no, na dapat panalo tayo pareho, no. It's in a relationship where both of us win, and also you always have to see the positive side of things and be grateful for it. So nice. So okay, so Hero, if they want to purchase your products, where can they find it?
Okay, well, right now we're in Shopee, Lazada, and Zalora. So you can just find our official stores in those e-commerce platforms. You just search for Assure Diapers. And you can also follow us on Facebook. It's www.facebook.com/Assure Diapers.
Okay, thank you so much, Hero, for sharing your knowledge today. And it's so
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you, and it's so nice to hear about your business, no? Very inspiring. Tsaka totoo lang na kinalabutan talaga ako kanina. Like parang, oh my gosh, like out of love, 'di ba? Love for family. This is the product of the love for the family, no, that you have. So I wish you luck really and a lot of opportunities and blessings for your business. So
Thank you.
there, thank you so much, Hero. So for those who stay tuned and viewed this video, thank you so much again for learning with us today, learning with me today. So this is once again another episode of GTV. If you like this video, kindly like, share, subscribe, and click on that notification bell for more videos like this. Again, this is Mommy Ginger. Have a great day. Bye.